Good morning, lovelies. ZoëTwoDots here with some more Pokemon Go goodness for you, and today we're going to be getting into a little prep guide for how you can get ready for Go Fest 2020. So this year's Go Fest is a little bit different. It's going to be accommodating multiple styles of play. The majority most likely being playing from home due to the current health situation around the world. A lot of people are going to be playing from home using incense, not living on a Pokestop, not living next to a gym and things like that. So here is a guide that's going to be all-encompassing for if you're playing at home, playing remotely, going out into the city, able to play with friends, playing inside, outside, whatever it is. I'm going to have you guys covered for what you're going to need for a successful Go Fest experience. The first thing I'm going to share is a link to my video for managing your storage for Pokemon and managing your storage for items in Pokemon Go. These will both be the first two video links in the description, and they're aimed to really kind of help you clear out space and clear out items and kind of optimize or, at least review and refocus how you look at your storage and what's taking up space, what you don't really need, things like that. So listen to this guide first, and then if you need a hand on what should I delete, what should I keep, check those ones out for a bit of a general, walkthrough on how to do it. Secondly, big thing is please obey your local laws. For myself here in Australia, currently in Newcastle, we are currently allowed to be outside and be social and see people and interact. I'm very fortunate that where I am in Newcastle, there are currently 0 COVID cases, as far as I'm aware. We are, however, close to Sydney, about 2 hours away. So that doesn't mean that things couldn't change going forward. So I still intend to do my best playing locally here in Newcastle, playing outside with friends, but being sure to still, social distance and things like that. Please follow the local laws in your area. If you are not allowed to go outside, do not go outside. You can absolutely play this event from home. So let's get into the tips. First thing, pretty obvious, balls. You're going to need and want balls. Lots of balls. How many balls, you ask? Well, doing some very simple math. This is what we can kind of work with here. Based off the last few months of Community Day, the last few months of bonus spotlight hours and things like that, and the extended and enhanced incense we've been having, the current incense spawns 1 Pokemon every 60 seconds. You don't have to be walking around, you can be sitting completely still, but 1 Pokemon every 60 seconds, so 1 Pokemon per minute. The incense lasts for an hour, so that is 60 Pokemon in 1 hour. Now, I may not be the greatest mathematician, but if the Go Fest event window for Saturday is 10 hours, I think I can figure out 60 spawns times by 10 hours is 600 potential spawns purely off your incense if you're running for the whole event. So 600 potential Pokemon for you to have to catch. At a minimum, I would be saying start the day with 600. Realistically, I'd be advising probably double this realistically. How often do you drop or miss a ball that is the Pokemon bat attack back? Considering that incense spawns are quite aggro, they do attack a lot and jump a lot, and you'll miss some throws and things like that. I would recommend across a spread of your different variety of balls, at least 1,000 Pokeballs. Now, it sounds like a lot, and keep in mind these numbers may vary. So say if you have the maximum storage, this is what I'm suggesting is 1,000 or more. If you don't have maximum storage, you might need to, scale this down by a percentage to your, more reasonable amount. Keeping in mind as well, if you're playing both days full time, of course you're still probably taking a break for lunch and doing all the sensible, healthy things, you're still gonna be catching a lot of Pokemon. Again, this is purely just your incense. If you're living somewhere that has some natural spawns, or if you're gonna be going outside to play or just driving some laps with the Go Plus on, you will be having infinitely more spawns than this. So I think there's almost no way to go over the top 4 balls and things like that. Even if it means deleting almost all of your revives and your potions just for this weekend, I think that's almost reasonable. You might have a bag full of a few fainted things from rocket stops or rocket balloons or a couple of raids. Realistically, you can sort this out in the following week. The priority is going to be catching and shiny checking. One of the best ways at the moment to get items is opening gifts from friends. I'm gonna pop a gift open here and let's see what we're gonna get. 5 Pokeballs, 1 Ultra Ball, some Stardust. So not the worst, not the best. Obviously, as you go through and open up gifts from people, there are better bundles, worse bundles, all that jazz. But if you're opening up your 30 gifts per day at the moment, you're going to be getting plenty of balls coming in. Given that we are under 1 week away from Go Fest, start opening now. Just start trashing things like revives and all that jazz. At the moment here, I've got nothing that needs to be revived and nothing that needs to be healed up. I'll probably be able to spin a couple of stops and get some more of these back through the week anyway, leading up to Go Fest. So really, do I even need 130 max potions? Probably not. I can delete probably 30 of those. I could be deleting the hyper potions realistically. It's too late, I deleted them. It doesn't matter, I'll get them back. As with any items in these bags that aren't premium, you can get them back. Charge TMs, why do I have 72 of them? What I would do here if I was gonna be not mean, but you know, don't feel bad about deleting charge TMs and stuff. I have a few things I would like to actually TM away, so I'll do that immediately after this video, hold myself accountable. But if you got 50 something of these sitting here and you're not a hardcore PvP player, you're probably safe to delete a couple. You'll be okay, you'll earn them back. Rare candy, I personally like to keep about 100 in, you know, in the storage in case something new drops and things like that. I want to get the evolve in early. I could still, you know, spend this down to maybe 60 because realistically storing the rare candy in the Pokemon is saving your storage as well. If I know I'm gonna need, I need to, you know, max out my Hundo Articuno, why leave the rare candy here when I could put that rare candy in the Articuno and it can just stay there and wait until I'm ready to power it up. For me personally as well, I do delete Great Balls. A lot of people ask me why I delete all my Great Balls, and the reason is this. For the Pokeball Plus, the catching device, or the Go Plus, the Pokeball Plus, whatever it might be, the only ball it can use is the red ball, the regular Pokeball. So if I'm using my Go Plus at all, maybe if I'm having lunch and things, I still want to be catching stuff in the background on Go Fest day, the Go Plus can only use red balls. Therefore, if I really want to catch something manually, if I get a shiny, if I get like the, you know, Axews, Gibbles, whatever it might be spawning wild, or things that are trickier to catch, I'm not gonna, you know, go, oh, I might just use a medium, you know, a medium strength ball by a great ball. You're gonna go to the ultra ball, you're gonna give it a golden raspberry or a raspberry to try and enhance your catching. So to me, there is no purpose for a great ball, especially when you have I've got a pretty healthy collection of ultra balls here. I'm gonna go straight to the ultra ball being the best catching ball, combined with a good berry. There's no place in my storage at the moment for great balls because I can put those into either, I'd rather have them as reds for auto catching or ultra balls for catching rare Pokemon. Of course, if you don't have a healthy supply of both, keep the great balls, that's fine. But once you're in a really healthy space with your balls, you shouldn't really need to keep them for anything. Again, that's assuming all things are balanced and you've got a healthy supply. If you are someone living rural, if you can't go out and spin stops and you just need to have every single ball you can get, keep all the balls, because again, when it comes down to it, if I was stuck at home for my Go Fest day, I'd be keeping those great balls too, and I'd just be saying, you know, bye-bye to the revives, I don't need you guys, you know, tough luck, I'm not gonna do any rocket stops, or I'm not gonna, you know, participate in too many raids this week, whatever it may be. Because again, catching, shiny checking the priority. With berries as well, I'm gonna be feeding these through the gyms over the coming days too, but realistically, I'd be getting rid of all of the Nana berries. The pineapps I'll be keeping. Again, you can probably make your own assessment of what you think is best. Are you gonna pineapple every single Pokemon? Are you gonna pineapple 600 plus Pokemon on Saturday alone? Probably not. Are you gonna pineapple all the Gible that you see if they are spawning, you know, reasonably well? Probably. It's a hard one to find and it's a hard one to get candies for. So I definitely say stash aside a couple hundred pineapps if you can. Again, these do pop out of the gifts pretty regularly too. Keep in mind, this community day just gone, Niantic did tweet out that there would be no buddy ball bonus. So at 2 or 3 of the previous comm days and during lockdown, your buddy Pokemon was able to run off to a Pokestop and bring back bundles of Pokeballs, which were pretty big bundles, you know, 60 balls at a time. However, they did report that they had to turn this feature off last comm day. My assumption is that it's possibly tied to another bug or something more critical in the game. I know for myself, the buddy ball feature didn't work for the comm day before that at all. And I'm suspicious that it might be tied to a bigger problem in the game because there's no reason why Niantic wouldn't want to just be able to give you items. However, there is a free daily item box in the shop. And on Community Day, just gone, the free items were 30 Ultra Balls. Now, normally it's only like a couple of balls and a couple of potions. So my thought is they're probably testing to see how many items they can put in these free daily gifts. And hopefully these free daily gifts will be replacing kind of your buddy bonus. So keep an eye on Saturday, Sunday for what those boxes may contain for you. Additionally, the whole Go Fest has been sold and, you know, marketed as a play from home style, you know, event. So I think we can hopefully more than safely kind of sit on the fact that more than likely the first few steps at least of our special research, more than likely, you know, mythical research, because that happens every Go Fest, will hopefully provide us with items to continue playing throughout the day. I don't think they could really get away with advertising this as play wherever you are in the world and, you know, we're sorry that everyone's stuck at home and on lockdown and can't, you know, come out and play without then making it majority playable from home. Keep in mind, any special research can be completed at any date, but I have a feeling that if they want it to be thoroughly enjoyable while we're all in this situation, I feel like more than likely it's going to be completable from home. I know that's a lot of information just for the first little tip being balls, but I want to be as comprehensive as I can for you guys. Again, balls are the priority. turf potions and all that jazz, those are things you can deal with later. Now we've got the balls to catch the things. Do we have the storage in which to put the things that you are catching? For me, yes, / almost yes. I've been hoarding a few things for trades this week, which is, the exception. But at the moment, I'm able to get my storage down to 500 free spaces at least. And I thoroughly recommend you get your storage down to 500 free spaces at least. Again, 60 Pokemon per minute, 10 hours for the one day of the event, 600 potential Pokemon if you catch every single one just from incense. You don't want to have to stop your play every hour, every 20 minutes because bag full, bag full, bag full. I've been there, I've been at the safaris or the Go Fests where I forgot to transfer the night before, and it is frustrating, it is infinitely frustrating, because then you're like, oh, I want to check these things. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you delete 20 things, and you quickly shiny check the things, and you keep catching, you're like, oh, my bag's full. It is so annoying. Trust me. Do this prep throughout the week. Don't have to do it all in one night, but start transferring tonight. Maybe do 1 generation per night and clear out, and then by the end of the week, you can just sort by recent and kind of like get rid of the fluff that's in there. But do a deep cleanse. Why do you have 3 91% IV Charmanders when you've already got like a 96 or a 98? Delete all the 91s. You're not going to do anything with them. You got the 96 and the 98. Those ones are spicy. Do you have 3 96 IVs? Pick one and get rid of the rest. Trust me, make some storage, have fun, so you don't have to think about it and have to do transfers and things. Even with only 500 free space, you still probably have to, do a pause at lunchtime for an appraise, and after the first day in the evening, do a bit of a clear out for the Sunday, because if you're playing non-stop Saturday morning to Sunday night, that's a lot of Pokemon. That's a lot of Pokemon. Don't make it a hassle for yourself. I know you guys are probably saying, why won't Niantic just increase the storage? They probably will. Realistically, they probably will. It's going to be a big weekend event. More than likely, they will increase storage. But, what's even better than just having more storage? Clearing out the storage you have now, and then having more storage on top of that. Then you have bonus storage. Don't let the hoarding problem continue into the extra storage that you'll get, more than likely. Do a cleanse. Trust me, it's refreshing. Just clear it out. Especially if you're hoarding legendaries, shinies, you're not responsible for doing all of the special trades in your area. You're not the ombudsman of Kyurem and that you have to, I did all these raids, so therefore I have to give everyone that missed out one. That's if it's becoming more of a chore than like just a fun game to play, we're doing it wrong then. Keep a couple for trade, transfer, save yourself some hassle. Additional tips for on Go Fest day as well, or the day before basically. Know what you're wanting to, your keeps and transfers are. So say, the poster says there's going to be Gible, we can assume there will be Gible spawning. Maybe every Gible that you catch you're going to want to keep to then appraise later on, to trade with friends. They're going to be, a pretty cool trade Pokemon. But maybe you also know that Seviper's on the poster too, and you've caught hundreds of Seviper and you don't need to keep those ones except for the shinies. So if you catch all these Seviper and you don't have a hundo, you can just mass transfer them. Have a bit of a mental picture for what your keeps and transfers are. So when you have that, oh no, bag full notification pop up, you don't have to think too hard about like, oh, do I need a PvP Krabby? You don't need a PvP, trust me, you don't need one. But like, do I need my this? Do I need my this? From what marketing we've seen, and additionally from the Australians and the Kiwis playing it early, you'll see screenshots of, what's spawning before it starts for you more than likely. Have a mental picture of what is your keep and what is your transfer. Then that way, as you're cleansing through the day and clearing out your storage, you can just transfer your transfers and keep your keeps. It saves you in the moment being stressed or flustered or whatever it might be. Additionally, once you know your keeps and transfers, do a 4-star, so 4 asterisks. It will give you any 100% Pokemon if you're someone who cares about that. Favorite them, keep them safe. If you know there's nothing that you want to keep or IV check for PvP, which realistically, unless you're hardcore into it, you probably don't have maybe something front of mind that you want to check, just go through and transfer all of your non-keeps. The third major thing is going to be the physical items and, the real world stuff. Regardless of if you're playing from home or playing out on the go, doing the prep the night before really helps with just making the whole event smooth. The major things being power banks, power packs, make sure they're all charged up the night before, phones on charge the night before, have your cables put aside, have a spare pair of cables put aside in case a cable breaks. Have your meals and snacks prepped. Go and buy yourself some muesli bars, some power bars, whatever it might be. Fruit, veg, all that jazz. Make yourself a lunch, a sandwich, a salad, a nice little pasta dish the night before. Have it put in a container, wrapped up, ready to go for your Go Fest days. Or if you're out on the go, know where you're going to go for lunch and have a nice lunch out, have some takeaway, go sit in the park. But having an idea of what you're doing the night before, winner. Major thing for this is hydration as well. I know a lot of you guys in Northern Hemisphere, you are in summer right now. Hydration is absolute king, especially if you're playing outside. So prep your water the night before, have a frozen bottle, have one that's just cold, ready to go. Get that backpack prepped the night before, have your food and your water ready to go. But remember, water isn't the only part of hydration. Water is the water bit, but hydration includes electrolytes and salts. So you do need to eat. Additionally, if you're playing and sweating a lot outside, I would recommend maybe an electrolyte substitute. Where's my Pocari Sweat? I'm gonna, hold on. This one's empty, but if you have got a Japanese grocer near you, this stuff, Pocari Sweat, I know it's got a weird name, it's got sweat in the name. It's because it's a sports drink. It's not, it does look cloudy liquid. It's not a bottle of sweat. This stuff is if Powerade was actually good for you. Powerade just has, those kind of drinks just have way too much sugar in them if you're not an elite athlete. But hydration requires sugars, salts, magnesium, zinc, things like that. Your body needs these things to function. So not only having water, but having maybe an electrolyte drink to help supplement that. If you've got a Daiso near you as well, this bad boy, you can get powdered Pocari Sweat, mix it up in, I think this one's for like a 1 liter bottle. Mix it up the night before, have it nice and icy and ready to go. This stuff is like lifesaver. I love it. It's not stupidly sweet, which is fantastic. And it has way less sugar in it than Powerade, but it has all the good electrolytes that you need. I think literally every member of the Pokemon Go squad, the creator squad, can vouch for this stuff. Like saving our buns in Singapore, in Japan, like wherever we've been playing, it's been hot and humid and sweaty. You need your water, but you need your electrolytes too. Additionally, for you summer players, and even for the winter ones as well, if we're out there in the sun, sunscreen. Don't make sunscreen mum come and get you and give you a little smack for not reapplying your sunscreen. You only get one skin, guys. You only get one of these beautiful skins, ever. Don't destroy it with the sun, please. Protect your neck, slip, slop, slap, hat on, sunscreen. Just be safe, have a good time. Nothing's gonna suck more than getting heat stroke or sunburn on your Saturday and then having to play Sunday with the grumps, just feeling rubbish. Don't forget your hand sanitizer, your face masks as well. If you have got kids, prep that, all that extra kid stuff the night before too if you can. Have the go bag, have the snacks, and just, I guess, for all players, be aware that if you need yourself a little time out, it is gonna be 2 full days of very long, intense gameplay. There's gonna be a lot happening. So please, take breaks, know your limits as well. If you need to tap out, that's fine. That's a-okay. But just make sure that you take a proper break, have good meals, prep with a good breakfast, have a proper lunch, and make sure you do take breaks throughout the day. And last but certainly not least, the biggest, most important thing, have a good attitude. You're paying money to have fun for this event and have some shinies and all that jazz, but go in there with just a good attitude. Don't, I guess, go in with preconceptions of like, I'm gonna get 100 shinies, and if I don't, it's gonna be the worst thing ever. Just go into it ready to, see what happens. This is the first time we're gonna have an event like this that's really so remote and separated, and it's not gonna be the big flagship, all the humans together celebrating and hyped up. It's gonna be very different. So go in with an open mindset, go out there to have fun. If you're playing with other people as well, be courteous, be considerate, remember the distancing and things like that. Help each other out. If someone's battery pack's gone flat, lend a mate a charge cable, lend them a power pack, have a spare bottle of water if need be, or a spare muesli bar for someone in need, because we're all still humans and we're here to have a good time together. If you have any other top tips or ways to, I guess, think about or focus for the event as well that you'd like to share with other people, please leave them in the comments down below to share with everyone. I'm going to leave little hearts on, suggestions that I think are really, really good. For the Go Fest event as well, I will more than likely be streaming the first few hours on YouTube, so be sure to tune in for that. It'll be starting 10 a.m. my time, AEST, Australian Eastern Standard Time, for my Saturday event. So a couple of hours will be live. The rest I'll, film to upload later on in the day. And then for the Sunday, I'll be live for the first few hours as well over on Twitch. So twitch.tv/ZoëTwoDots. There's another thing you can prep in advance. Hit subscribe here with the bell on so you know when I go live, and go and slap a follow over on Twitch as well so you get a notification when I go live there too. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you to everyone who did leave a like as well, and if you'd like additional ways to support the channel, links for Patreon and the merch are in the description down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.